Hi everyone, my name is Bhavuk Pujara and I'll be taking a short session on my experience at MDI Gurgaon. So I graduated from MDI Gurgaon in 2018 and I'm working currently right now in a startup in Bangalore. I just want to share this short experience in a very short session in a capsule, how this experience looks like from, of graduating from a good B school in the country and why you should be determined and focused to get into such a B school, right? If in any way I can inspire, encourage you, would be great. Is the whole purpose of this session, right? So let's just look at my experience. This is how I look when I am well groomed, and I scored a 98.3 in my CAT 2015. Graduated from MDI Gurgaon 2018, and if you look at my past experience, my background, it was very modest, very average. And this also became an inspiration for me to do something great, something much better than what I've been categorized as, average. My academics, I scored a 79.8 in my 10 CBSE and 73.6 in my 12 CBSE. I graduated from Amity University doing my BTech, that is engineering, with a CGPA of 7.1, a very average background. In my AIEEE, that is in early 2017, I scored my AIEEE rank in LACS and PMT rank also. I was a medical student back then in LACS, so I couldn't get into any medical college or any good engineering college. No other college or a call I got from any engineering or medical college in India. Literally none but one, which was Amity University, and I took admission there. What can be more average than that, right? But I turned it around. This is how I turned it around. This is the day, I decided that, okay, I have to do something better than what I've categorized as. I can do it, and MBA is one of the ways I can do it. I'm very passionate about it. So I prepared well for it. I scored a 98.23 in my CAT, and then in MAT I scored a 219, and IFT I scored a 98.7 percentile. I got calls from all these colleges and I converted all these. I eventually ended up completing my MBA this year from MDI Gurgaon. This year as in 2018, not this year. Let's discuss about the life as a student at MDI Gurgaon. So you know about me, now, and what my academic background has been and what I'm currently doing and how I've turned around my average experience, my average academic experience, work experience into something that is looked up to, I hope, today. And in any way, if I can inspire, encourage you to get back to studying for this exam CAT. And, if you are worrying about if you have average work experience, average background, academic background, can you really crack this exam? I also face that same issue, but a lot of things change if you have decided that you have to change your life, or there has to be that fire, that inspiration. That is something I try to instill in my students too. Now I'll be discussing about life as a student at MDI Gurgaon. What you're looking up to, what you're looking forward to once you complete your CAT journey and you are done with your interview. When you get into a good B school, this is what the life looks like. A lot of things change in your life at a B school. You are always on the toes, a lot of competition, a lot of peer pressure. So I'll just give you a glimpse of what is the life as a student at MDI Gurgaon. During MBA, every day is a race with the sun, race over who rises earlier and retires later than the other. You have to be an early riser, waking up at 7, right? Early morning, 7, the student at MDI or any other good B school in the country, he wakes up with red glassy eyes to get ready for his class at 8. 8 o'clock, the classes start. Voices from case discussions, group presentation, project discussions, or maybe party songs are still echoing in his ears. Would he care about brushing his teeth, take a bath? Not always. More important is the quiz that is scheduled at 8, and you have to sit back and prepare for it. He picks up the books and his notes to revise for the quiz. That is early morning is what is happening. Wait, what about the breakfast? But he's hungry, so he skips the breakfast. There's not always time to have breakfast when you're in B school. There's a lot of competition, guys. There's a lot of things to do. Trust me. A lot of people decide to not do anything. There are some people like that. They're like, okay, we have cracked this exam. We've cracked this interview. We are now studying in a good B school. There's no need to take that kind of pressure. But again, if you do take some pressure, if you are always in a learning mode, I would say a lot of things can be changed in life. A lot of things you experience which are great, I would say. Then sure, sometimes I would wake up at 7:50 for the class at 8, but those days are rare. Those are the days I don't care about anything, not even about myself. Sometimes what happens is you're so, I would say, tired and exhausted with the week schedule. right? A lot of running around here and there. And one day you want to just take a break. You're like, okay, whatever it is at 8 o'clock in the class today, I don't really care about it. I just have to wake up at my own leisure time. Sometimes miss the class also. You're given the privilege of missing 2-3 classes in a trimester. You can afford to do that as well. Then what happens in the class of these B school students? Now you're a member of some XYZ club and also some XYZ committee in the college. So in the middle of the class, you start getting calls from your team members that we have to sit and have a discussion. Now your group is registered for a competition, for example, your submission is due in a day. Case discussion is already happening in the class. Group presentations are already happening in the class. Quiz is happening in the class. Wait, you're also preparing for a certification or an exam during the class. All done, he thinks, well, exams are due next week. So this is how, how tough a life is, but it's a beautiful journey as well in a B school. Back then, I would manage time and energy. I had no choice, right? When you're put into such a pressure, you have to manage all these things. You are still learning to manage all these things. But now after college, when I'm working, I realized that I was preparing very well for the life ahead. In the night, what happens? You tend to take power naps, get up to complete your assignments, discuss case studies, discuss presentations, practice presentations, and work late nights, and group studies are there. You're preparing for the quiz tomorrow. You have to grab your dinner quickly. You're working for the live projects. You're working for your clubs and committees that you are members of. And then you dress up and also attend seminars and send those into college because there are presidents and directors coming to give you, presentations or discuss about the company and also talk to you casually. So your placement committee or corporate committee makes sure that you go and attend these seminars as well. What happens over the weekend? You think that weekdays is the only time which is tough and is very packed. Let's think about it again. Over the weekends, you have live projects meetings. You have to go and meet the company people you're working for in the live project. Then more assignments come in. You don't have time over the weekdays, so you push them over the weekends. Competitions that you're preparing for. You have to catch up on enough sleep. Then you have to catch up with your new people, that is new friends and old friends and family. Then sometimes you plan to go out, but every place seems too far because you just don't have time to go out and spend, say, 6-7 hours and party with people. There's just not enough time. Every moment is very precious in these B schools, especially in the top 10 B schools in the country, right? And this is what the journey looks like, how the life of a B school student is and what goes before that, what goes after that. Right now, I'm working with a startup in Bangalore, and I'm so much thankful to my college, to have prepared me so well for this kind of life, right? I know that in a startup or any company that you work with after your MBA, people are looking up to you because they're also aspiring to crack this exam CAT and probably get into that B school of their dream. And they're looking up to you. So you have the eyes rolling, on the floor, always looking at you, always being judgy sometimes, understanding what you are as a person, because you have graduated from a good B school. They have expectations from you. They have those, eyes that are looking up to you as inspiration, right? So you have to justify that.